Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're going to be doing some meatloaf. We're going to be doing some meatloaf on the Rectech Mini pellet smoker today. And I call this King's Hawaiian Pineapple Meatloaf. Never tried it before, but hey, I saw this King's Hawaiian barbecue sauce out of the store, wanted to try it. It is a pretty thick barbecue sauce. Ooh, it came out that time. Pretty big thick barbecue sauce. So instead of slathering on some chicken or some burgers and stuff like that just to give you a taste, I figured that I would just put it inside some meatloaf and do something a little different, okay? So what we have here is we have 2 pounds of ground meat. You can use whatever ground meat you want to use. We're using venison, given by a friend of mine at work, James Bonnick. It's still some of that venison that he gave me from a couple of months ago and had in the freezer. So this is 2 pounds of venison, and this venison has been cut with a certain percentage of pork to give it a little fat because venison is very lean, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to break up our ground meat, okay? And the ingredients that we're going to put in here is pretty simple. Nothing complicated, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to put in is our breadcrumbs. So we got a 1/2 cup of just plain breadcrumbs, okay? We have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We have 1/2 of a very small onion. So it's probably about a cup of finely chopped onion, okay? We have about 1 cup of crushed pineapples with about 2 tablespoons of pineapple juice in it, all right? Oh, forgot to do this. Break my egg right quick, because you can't have meatloaf without an egg. So we got 1 egg, put that in the mix. And we're going to add a couple of 2 tablespoons or so of mustard. All right. We're going to add 1/2 cup of milk. And last but not least, we're going to add about 1/3 cup of the Hawaiian barbecue sauce. All right, it should be about 1/3 cup. And we're going to mix this together, all right? So try not to put too much liquid into your meatloaf, or you'll have a hard time making it hold its form. Oh, there was one other thing I forgot to add. As our spice, most meatloaf you can use normal salt and pepper, or you can use whatever rub season you want. For this particular one, we're going to be using Tango Spice Company's Midnight Espresso for our flavoring. So we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of that in here. All right. And we're going to get this well incorporated. So let me get this mixed together, and we will be right back. All right, guys, so we got our meat and our ingredients all combined, and now we can do it a couple of ways. I can put this on a sheet pan and I can just form it up if I wanted to and just have it loose and just make a loaf by on my own and stick in there, or we can use a baking pan. Now this baking pan that I'm going to use here, test this out, this is from Boxakey. You've seen us use some of Boxakey's products in the past, as in baking and things of that nature. So this is one of their loaf pans. So we're going to go ahead and put our meatloaf in this loaf pan and see if we can get it shaped up. Okay, so go ahead and do this. All right, so it looks like I wasted some all over my countertop. I tell you, got to be a little bit better than that. All right, so we got our meatloaf in the pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this out on the Rectech Mini at 350 degrees, and we're going to cook this. We want to cook this for an internal temperature of 160 degrees. But what I plan on doing is partial way through the cook, I'm going to flip this and take it out of the pan so it'll hold its shape, but then I'll be able to apply smoke around the other areas of the meatloaf, as well as glaze it with a little bit more Hawaiian barbecue sauce. Also, I got a special topping I want to sprinkle on top of it, and I'll show you that once it's ready to be glazed. So, hey, meet you guys out on the deck. Alright guys, so like I said, we're just going to try to take the meatloaf out of this pan, flip it over now. Because of the liquid we have in the meatloaf, there's a lot of liquid in it, so I got to be very careful. Hopefully it don't fall apart. If it does, then we'll just have hamburger. Okay, let's go. Let's check it out. Okay.
Wait.
Alright, so current temperature is 160 degrees.
Oh, very low.
Alright, watch out, baby. I don't want to splash you. Alright, kind of fell apart on me a little bit. That's why I wanted to flip it over. So let's get it back in the... Put this back in here and give it an opportunity to kind of cook on this side with a little smoke and stuff, and then we'll go ahead and glaze it and see what we have. Okay guys, we're finished our cook. We pull our meatloaf out of the Rectech pellet smoker at 160 degrees, and then what I did was I turned it over since I cooked it for the most part in that pan, and I flipped it over, being careful about the grease and the other juices that came out of it, and put it back in the smoker for about 15 minutes or so that the outside could kind of cook and get some color to it and things of that nature. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up look at this. All right. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's got some nice color all the way around it. It's got the Hawaiian sauce that we glazed right on top of it, and what you see on top of here are bits of chopped up smoked bacon, in which we put on it after we glazed it and put it back into the smoker for about 10 minutes or so to let the glaze kind of melt and to kind of warm up the bacon bits. So we cooked these bacon bits earlier today for this video. Okay, so let's go ahead and have a taste test. Okay, so we're going to have a taste test now, and you see there's a big divot in my meatloaf here, so that's probably because I didn't take the meat and pack it down real well into the pan, and so we had this little crevice here and it kind of cracked off. So the rest of the meatloaf is pretty much solid. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to cut off right at that where it cracked at. So all right, so nice and moist, so it's not a dry meatloaf. It looks very, very moist. Got a nice smell to it. All right, so let's go ahead and have a quick taste test. Oh man, this is real good. I love the sweetness of that Hawaiian sauce, that King Hawaiian barbecue sauce. It's very, very good, and I can taste the bits of pineapple inside of my my meatloaf, the onions, and that espresso gave it a nice change of flavor. I like this. This is very, very good. Another thing that really complements the meatloaf. Sorry to eat with food in my mouth. But another thing that really complements the meatloaf is the crunchiness of the bacon bits, or the bacon pieces that we chopped up and put on top of the meatloaf. Great contrast in texture from the softness of the meatloaf, the tanginess of the sauce, the smokiness of the and the crunchiness of the bacon man, it all worked together very, very well. So, well, hey, that's another quick cook. I want to thank the guys at Boxy for sending us some of their pans. The pan that we use for this particular cook was one of their loaf pans. So if you want to check out Boxy, they got some great bakeware. I'll put the contact information down in the description block. Also, I want to thank the guys over at Rectech Grills. Great customer service over there. The Rectech Grill is an awesome product, man. Every time I had a question, they never hesitate to answer my question or call me right back. So if you're in the market for a pellet grill, check out the guys at Rectech Grills. Their pellet smokers are very, very good, okay? Well, that's all we had time for tonight. Like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Blue Moon Honey Wheat. See you guys around the smoker.